going on, Jerome's? So the Minnesota Vikings have made some serious damn moves this offseason. Kwesi has indeed be cooking, and just really beautiful what the Vikings have done. Doubling down on needs, interior offensive line, Will Fries, you know you want him, Ryan Kelly, as well as doubling up at corner, Byron Murphy Jr., actually tripling up. Byron Murphy Jr., Isaiah Rodgers coming in from the Eagles, as well as Jeff Okudah, good times. Pass rushing D-line, Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave off of cut contracts, traded for Jordan Mason, basically traded Ed Ingram for Jordan Mason, right? And also a little addition by subtraction. So the Vikings getting rid of Ed Ingram, Garrett Bradbury, as well. This doesn't even have Cam Robinson on there. Do that up. But the Vikings are getting some nice in terms of comp picks and going from there. So I really fired up with the way that the Vikings have operated this free agency period, as well as a trade for Jordan Mason. It's pretty damn amazing. Long story longer, ESPN, Ben Solak over there at ESPN, the Worldwide Bleeder, did up 2025 NFL free agency class rankings, most improved roosters. Now, the Vikings rooster was already really good, and now they improved, right? I know everyone's talking about the Bears. Oh, but the Bears have the number 5 team in the NFC. Baloney. But it's weird. I get a little itchy when the Vikings actually just get a modicum of respect from ESPN. But, of course, it can't just be actual praise. Of course, it has to be backhanded. So the Vikings check in with the third best free agency offseason. But, of course, they can't be 1 because I don't know why the Bills are at 1. I really don't. Like, hey, I loved how the Bills retained their own talent before markets got set. So the Bills are number 1 because they retained Khalil Shakir for cheap. That's why they're 1. Wow. And the Rams are 2. So the Rams got rid of Cooper Kupp and brought in Devontae Adams. Sure. I mean, they kept Matthew Stafford. How is that 2? How is that number 2? Poona Ford, that's your big move. Jimmy G. Woo. Jimmy G is your key acquisition as quarterback 2. Awesome. Fantastic. But the Vikings' key acquisitions, Fries, Kelly, Murph, Aaron Jones, doesn't even talk about Hargrave, doesn't even talk about Jonathan Allen. But I love the investment in the offensive line. Fries was one of my top free agent gems. Oh, one of the top. Can't be the top, which Fries was the number 1 interior offensive line free agent, but it can't just be has to be one of. He's one of the best players nobody knows about, and he should make a big push for a Pro Bowl spot at guard if he fully recovers from his tibia injury. The need at guard was obvious. The need at center was far more subtle. It was not. It was not. I thought the Vikings would happily play out another year with Garrett Bradbury at the pivot, surrendering his pass protection issues for running game value. Instead, they did what true contenders do and tried to upgrade not just at needy positions, but also the average ones. I'm not sure it will work. Kelly 31 is older than Bradbury 29, but it's a good risk to take. I will take Ryan Kelly 10 times out of 10 over Garrett Bradbury. It just is what it is. I didn't love just how much Jonathan Allen costs in general. Double dipping at 3 technique opposite Harrison Phillips is a shrewd approach, but Allen and Javon Hargrave can provide immediate impact. I did not, however, expect Allen to tip the financial scales at $17 million per year, but if you really break down the contract, I mean, there's a lot of outs for the Vikings there, and overall, the Jonathan Allen contract. I mean, the base is 3 for 51, $31.25 million guaranteed. It's not even that. Not even that. Basically, it's a lot of team options, and 1 for year 2 is injury guaranteed. But overall, I think it's a steal. I think it really is. Blah, blah, blah. The entire defensive tackle market came in above my expectations, so perhaps that's just the cost of doing business. Exactly. Right, because a lot of contracts there was sticker shock. But that's because the cap went up precipitously, and teams do have to spend at positions. That's exactly what happened. Allen's now league's 15th highest paid defensive tackle, and Hargrave, $15 million per year, is the 18th. While Allen might have more expensive, than expected, and Hargrave too. The theory behind the approach is sound. I just wish it came at a smaller price tag. Well, the Vikings spend that cash. They're in perfectly good financial shape for the future, as well as they still have $21 million in cap space for this year. So I don't know. I feel like that's higher than 3. Again, it is good to get a little bit of respect. Also, calling a spade with the crooked Chicago Bears. Check in at 15. Oh, but they got old-ass Joe Thuney. Oh, they got Jonah Jackson and overspent on Drew Dahlman, who neither of them can pass block. But other than that, creaming in their jeans over Grady Jarrett. Giving us poop for Jonathan Allen. Grady Jarrett was a great player in 2016. That's it. Packers at 23. Packers overpaying for Aaron Banks, overpaying for Nate Hobbs. It's great. And then the Falcons at 32. Hilarious. Hilarious because they can't spend because of Kirk Cousins' contract. It's really good. But the Lions at 4. I don't know. So they re-signed Onwuzurike. They brought in DJ Reed. I mean, they brought back Marcus Davenport. How is that 4? How is it basically in action? How is that 4? But of course, we can't have it both ways. Lions are going to be massively overhyped. The Vikings, even though 3 is nice, but behind 2 teams which make 0 sense at 1 and 2, it's okay. But we're not trying to win March. We're trying to win January and February. And this free agent class, frankly, sets the Vikings up to do that. They doubled down in the trenches, both sides, tripled up at cornerback, doubled down on running back, and where the Vikings were deficient. And Kwesi wasn't messing around, even though, what about Rodgers? What about Rodgers? What about Rodgers? Actually, hell, if the Vikings signed Rodgers, maybe they would be number 17. Who knows? But what about Rodgers? What about your extension? Whatever. Kwesi got after things, and again, it's weird. I get a little bit itchy when the Vikings are just getting just a smidgen of respect from the national media promoting haircuts. But your thoughts are thoughts. ESPN, Vikings had 3rd best free agency? Feels weird. Anyways, let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, their thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best you know what to do. Skol, production value.